Good morning, good people of Responsible Day Trading. Wonderful to have y'all here. Let's see. Man, this market just kept pushing up and up and up. And it has given pushbacks. It has given little areas to pull back and take some short trades. But for the most part, the movements have all been to the upside. Let's look at the daily chart really quick. Let me just look over, get a little more specific with the last couple of days. Ooh, look at it here now. All right, so we had this giant drop, right? We pulled back to an area 2805, came down, made that big V that tells us that we're not really going to stop at this area. We keep looking at this every day, and you know, if we look at what happened yesterday, let's actually compare this, okay? So this V that happened, that comes down, it pops back up. And when it gets back up to that area of the zero line, it doesn't stop here. Now, this has a little bit of a different look to it. And I'm just going to pull these over side by side. This has a little bit of a different look to it than the daily chart because it's happening inside of the EMAs. This is happening well below. So we can see what happens with the MACDs here. When it gets to that zero line, it just pops right on through it. And so that may be what's happening here as well, but we're going to have to wait till we get up here to see and see what's happening. If we're going to get back above everything and it's going to be a little bit more in tune with going up, or if it's going to stay below and push down. So I guess we just have to wait and see. I do have my folks here this morning. They're about to head out on a little trip, so it may change me being able to be here when the market opens. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this since we do have about 40 minutes until the market opens, and come back to it. Okay, so it's starting to kick off. It's 8:30. It gave a little bit of a push up right in here. Let's see. Trying to make today happen. So this will not be possible right now, so I will come back to this later. This middle in between, there's an area here holding strong, and we're starting to make higher pivots at that area. But we're also below everything here and here, and here's flat. This has a better chance of going up than down. Right here. All right, so we're coming down to this area. We've still got the zero line to contend with here. We have the zero line to contend with here. Actually, if you were going to take the long, now is the time to take it. It's way too much of a risk for me now. I'm sorry, I just had a sneeze attack that I'm going to be editing out of this just a little bit. I really want to be looking for the long here. Here, Just with this reversal bar pushing down at this point, it could come right back to where it was. We got a nice little reverse bar here. Let me go ahead and turn these off so they're not in the way. This might be a nice little bit of a pivot up still. But I'm not going to fight that strength down. I know that there's some major retracement divergence happening here, but we do have MACDs pulling down pretty hard to the downside right here. We do have the zero line here. We've got a great area of support. I want to see what happens if and when it makes it back down to this area. Right now the short has set up. I'm just looking at what happened last time we were at this same space. Don't like it that it's right at this low. It's not my favorite. But I think we've got a pretty good chance here. Because we can see the reason for it to possibly pull back. And I had my risk right at the area that it's at now, so it's definitely a spot that it can pull back and push further. So the divergence did its little bit of a job and pushed it up, but we're still below the zero line here. It can still push it back down. Yada, yada, yada. And I may be done for the day here in just a moment. I'm actually trading a lot longer than I'm used to. I had people in the casa this morning, so it kind of made things a little weird for me. I actually took it as a challenge. Can I trade with all the noise going on behind me? And it's weird. I actually get kind of embarrassed when people are sitting with me talking about this, because I just sound like a weirdo in my opinion. But you know, it is what it is, right? Here's another pop-up. All right, it's almost 10 a.m. I have some errands to run today. Let's go back and mark all this stuff real quick. Just looking at this right here. I don't know. Right now it's making a wedge. So 11 1/4. So I follow my risk pretty close a lot of times, which it can help me in some breaths. But let's talk about this face to face. Hold on. Holding my wrist can help me at certain points, and it can hinder me at others. If I'm pulling it too close by the 233, then I get out of trades before it hits a target, which, you know, I was looking way up at this high around 28.20, right? Which is like 10 points. And it has a really good possibility to make it there. I don't deal well with the pullbacks. I don't want to call it anxiety of the pullbacks, but when it pulls back like that, the mindset that I had when I started this out was take the exit, wait for it to pull back, and re-enter. Well, it doesn't always give you re-entries. It gave a good one just now, and it's actually giving another re-entry for the move to the upside possibility. But for me, it's easier just take the exit, maybe get back in a little bit when it pulls back, but know that you exited for a reason. I don't just jump out of a trade too often. I usually let that first 2 points get hit, and then I move it somewhere in the realms of a break even, and then let the second one go and look for the signals on the second one. So I just want to put that face to face. It's almost 10 a.m. I have some errands to run. I want to get this out before 7 p.m. tonight. And I'm going to call it a day. Do I see reasons for more up? It's the EMAs are pinching together here. It's going to pop to the upside possibility. You do have a 0 line here to contend with, so maybe it'll push back down. Just also keeping in account that we're in a wedge right now. It is tempting me to take that long, y'all. Whew. See that going? Definitely said, grab me. That's the greed getting a hold of me, though. I've already told myself I'm done for the day. I've already put my information on my charts. I have things to take care of. So we can't let the greed or the fear get a hold of us. We just got to sit somewhere in the middle. Okay? Because in reality, the fear and the greed are going to be there. And we have to know how to deal with it. You know, we have to know how to take that breather and just move along from it. So I am going to shut this down. It is 9:45. I have been sitting here since about 7:30. So 2 hours is longer than I normally would spend here. I've been trying to make these videos a little bit longer, more in depth each day. So when you come to the vault, you will be able to find all the information on how I'm reading it and why I'm reading it this way. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I think it's a pretty good breakdown. So toot toot. I know I say that a lot. And you know, we're taught to be, oh, don't say too much about yourself. But you know, guys, I'm pretty proud of this. I'm pretty proud of being able to take a system that was broken and being able to fix it and make it profitable. So at least in my opinion. And now that market is dropping like it's hot. Look at that greed getting a hold of me. Look at that greed getting a hold of me. You know what I want to do? I want to look at it. It's really trying to push down here. And here's that spot that I was talking about, breaking up off that 0 line, which I actually anticipated to happen here. Just went a little bit further up. It happens. Still in the wedge. Still in the wedge. What we'd like to see, maybe pull back right in here, nuzzle in, and boom, to the downside. Okay. All right. We're going to call it a day. It's an early day. It's great. I didn't work out this morning, so it'll give me time to do that once I'm done getting this video out to y'all. So, hope everybody has a wonderful day, and look forward to catching y'all on the profitable side.